Hi guys, hi Aries. Welcome to this reading. Unfortunately, the initial recording of this had no sound, and that's exactly what happened with Leo, and then it happened with you. I went through two computers this day, and both of them probably deserve a swim in the pool, honestly. And so this is what happens a lot when anybody who coaches, speaks, does readings on divine unions and twin flames coming into union and higher soul level connections coming into union. It is not uncommon that there is an incredible amount of audio issues, uploading issues, technical difficulties, damage to the video, things like that happening when reading about this subject, because the dark does not want these unions to come into fruition, nor do they want anybody speaking on them or learning more about them. So, this is your take two reading, Aries, and I just did Leo, and so they have a similar but different reading. So, if your divine counterpart is a Leo, you might want to pop over and look at the Leo um, video. If it is not, stay tuned. Like if your divine partner or whoever you think is a divine partner is not a Leo or an Aries or a fire sign for that matter, um, just stay tuned the rest of the week and see what's going on with them. So let me get into doing this reading, and as the cards come up, I will discuss it with you. So, welcome to this reading, Aries. Everything you need to know about me is in the description of the video below. Just grab my email, especially if you'd like a personal reading with me. Uh, it's a one-on-one Zoom meeting just like this, and I record it, and you get to keep it forever. Please assign all identities and genders as you wish and what works for you. Tarot was made a long time before you and me, and it's all about the development and evolution of energies throughout the fool's journey, and that is what tarot is about. So, if you would like to Google what the fool's journey is, just go ahead and do that, or you can reach out to me for some coaching. Um, I will, if you don't like shuffling fast forward, I'll be helping you with that today. If the shoe doesn't fit, don't wear it. Not every reading is going to be for you, and that's okay. If you could please assist YouTube and the algorithm with your likes, shares, and subscribes, that's how you are going to get more Aries readings. YouTube and the algorithm know you want them when you like, share, and subscribe. In addition, conversely, this message will get sent out to other Aries, which is really important when you like, share, and subscribe. And of course, I love interacting with you and enjoy your comments and things like that. And I appreciate your likes and your shares and subscribes. I do not have any Aries placements. If you want to go look in the community tab below, I have an incredibly weird birth chart where I have one half of my chart has double and triple placements, and then the other side of my chart has absolutely nothing. So I have no Aquarius placements, no Capricorn placements, no Pisces placements, and no Aries placements at all. And I am a Leo Sun, Taurus Moon, Scorpio rising, and my Venus is in Cancer. So I'm going to be using the Light Seers deck. Any deck I do not buy in person at a store, I get online, usually at Etsy. You can also get decks on Amazon. They sell them at most bookstores, but there are a heck of a lot of them on Etsy for sure. So I'm just gonna fast forward. Okay, so your bottom of the deck is the Seven of Cups, Aries. So right now, You might be a little overwhelmed with making a decision, a big decision, or multiple decisions. This card typically comes out for me when I'm really overwhelmed and I have to really prioritize and organize what I have to do that day or in the future. It is also a card of options. So, having options as partners and things like that, and having to choose one. There's a very F around and find out energy about this card because everybody on the planet has options. So if you wait too long, the options will naturally just disappear on their own because everybody else has options too, right? And they're choosing to do things and they're making choices. So, not all these options are great. Some of them have snakes in them, and traditionally, like there's crowns and jewels and some and snakes and others and nothing in others. So choose carefully. So I'm going to be laying out these cards, and you would be very surprised that even though I know what every single card means, upright and in its um, shadow, like reverse or difficulties, I don't start channeling your reading until I start speaking. So I can naturally see cards on the table and I know what they mean. And I might or might not have a direction of the reading, but I really don't know which way it's going to go because a lot of the cards have different meanings. And then when they're beside another card, um, it adds to that meaning because the cards are usually people, whether they represent yourself or someone else, or they mean to embody that type of energy. So I just laid these cards out and I am looking straight into the camera and I'm basically say, hey, um, I understand why you have a bunch of choices or where you're at. And if you think your divine counterpart is a Leo, go pop over there because we just did a divine union reading for Leo coming in. So this is a nod. This is the Lover's card. This is also about making choices. So when I flash back to the Seven of Cups, I'm like, no crap, you have choices to make here. So the Lover's card is usually a moral choice, sometimes one person over another. But this is the Lover's card. It's a divine union card. It's a twin flame card. Very much about love, typically. Um, and then I'm telling you, hey, if you think you're with a Leo, go check out the Leo reading. If not, just we have a whole other week. And I didn't even get to Sagittarius because I found out that the audio wasn't working on these two videos initially. Surprise, surprise. So you got a big decision to make, Aries. My dog is snoring in the background. I don't know if you can just take any noise she makes as an extra confirmation. Okay, welcome to the chat, Aries. First card out is the Queen of Wands. So she's a fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be. She is incredibly popular. She's known. She has a lot of friends. She gets parties started. She's a workout girl. She's incredibly sexy. In her shadow side, she can be arrogant. She is a social climber. She will elbow anybody or step on anybody to get ahead. Um, but in the upright, she's just mostly really busy and got a lot on her plate. A busy, busy, busy bee. In the shadow aspect, she also shows up as the other woman. So the Queen of Wands can show up as the other woman. The Queen is okay. So in your difficulties, you have the High Priestess. So if you happen to know an intuitive person, it usually represents an intuitive person. So someone like me, It doesn't have to be, but intuitive. And so, with it being in your difficulties, you could have an issue with that person, or you could have issues using your intuition right now. In addition, when it's in the difficulties, it could be about a secret coming out. So there could be a secret coming out about you and a fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, or a secret about that person coming out. Now, here we go. In your recent difficulties, we have the Knight of Wands. So another fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Fire, fire, fire. He is not dependable. He's a very big action taker, but when it comes to relationships, he is a commitment phobe for sure. He is around for a short time, not a long time. So very in and out, undependable energy, but he is an action taker. He is very passionate, incredibly sexy. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is usually a sign for work, like working, busy, me, I'm working. So in the past, you could have had a relationship with a fire sign with this in and out energy, could have been a situationship at work or work relationship, um, or just some type of fun indiscretion in the workplace, or you taking massive action at work and you're on fire because like the pursuit of your goals at work could be something there. Just take what resonates. Okay, your goal is the wheel of fortune. That is to change. Like you want to turn the tables on something. You want massive, massive change. The wheel represents divine timing. It represents luck and luck changing. So near future, that's where this Lover's card is, where you have to make this moral choice coming up. So in your overall energy, you have then King of Swords. He's a very cerebral guy. He is very smart. He enjoys data and facts and logic over emotion. So with the High Priestess coming out in your difficulties, like he would really think using your intuition or like a tarot reader or an intuitive would be very woo-woo. So he would have challenges with that. And so I bring that up because he is way more cerebral. He he enjoys facts and data, like using your intuition. That would just not be logical. That would be so woo and a scary zone for him. So that being in his difficulties would be natural, actually. Would be very, very natural. So I might be going, I didn't flip the card over, so I might still just be going over him thinking that it would be woo woo and okay, so here we go. Just to get the full spectrum of the human being, and since it's in the upright, we probably know it's just you're in a logical place and taking a bird's eye view and everything. But to get the full spectrum and do some coaching on the King of Swords, most tarot readers read him as a narcissist when he's in reverse or in his difficulties. He can make choices to pursue his own agenda with zero emotion. So that can be very alarming to the and scary to the average person. To a sensitive person, it would feel incredibly demonic because there would be their own self-interest would only be considered. So the selfishness and the lengths to which they would go in pursuit of their own ambitions can be scary, alarming, but I'm like it's in the upright and it's in your energy. We're not calling you a narcissist. We're just saying that you prefer logic and reasoning over intuition and things like that. So friends, family, and coworkers see you in this big tower thing. So since your goal was the Wheel of Fortune and was to make a change, Whatever this change is that you're making, it is throwing people off right now. And, you know, if it had anything to do with another person, I think that's throwing them off as well. So, yeah, so this change is like using it. Your friends, family, and coworkers are like that mind blow emoji right now because it's like a change they did not expect. So if it's in the workplace, you're completely changing jobs. So if you have an analytical job and all of a sudden you're doing a woo-woo job, it's blowing their mind. If you've switched from an analytical person to a woo-woo person, it's blowing their mind. Changing it all is, there you go. So your guidance is to kind of spend some time alone in meditation. Um, all your answers are going to come from within at this point. It's not going to be external. So if there's anybody around you kind of yanking on you and giving you their opinion, um, just go within because that's where it's going to come from, and you got to be good with you. And this decision's your decision to make, especially this moral decision. If it's one person over another, one job over another, um, to come into union with this person or another, the answers to that are going to come from within you and just in some alone time quietly contemplating that. So your outcome is the Fool. It's the zero card. It's the Fool on the Fool's journey, which is what tarot is about, is taking this leap of faith, taking this risk. So if your overall question on, this decision that you have to make is should I or shouldn't I on this moral decision or this overwhelming decision, the Fool is always a yes on a should I or shouldn't I, on a should I take this risk, should I take this leap of faith. It's always a yes. For other things, it's really neutral. But if in this instance you're like, should I be with this person, not be with the person, take the job, not take the job, the answer is yes. And since the Fool and the Wheel are beside each other in this reading, taking this leap of faith right now is actually in divine timing. And the Wheel also represents good fortune. So it's like one of those, now is the time to take this risk, to take this leap of faith. All systems go, especially if it's a divine connection. So I think I'm just kind of deciding which way to go, the deck, and I choose the truth deck. So let me shuffle it up and get us through this. So weighing options is your first card out. Duh, goes exactly right along with the Seven of Cups, which is hilarious when these cards do this, when tarot repeats, the Oracle repeats. So we have weighing options. So Seven of Cups and Lovers, new career path. So and your new career path could be something also you're contemplating and you want to make a change in this reading. It doesn't only have to apply to a divine union coming in. So, friends, family, and coworkers are seeing you making this change in a career path. It's blowing their minds as well. Reflect literally the Hermit card that we just spoke about. So, another confirmation like this decision is going to take, you're going to need a timeout to make this decision and just really analyze your facts like you already probably are. Make sure you've got a bird's eye view on everything. Children involved. So if you have children, they have children. If this didn't come in last time, that could have been one of the reasons. And that could have been why they weren't hearing you the last time because they had their own agenda, or you had your own agenda and things going on. If you want this to come in to union, just make sure any conversation with this person, you're showing a lot of respect when you're coming in, especially if it's the fire sign in the Leo from the previous reading, and then better perspective. And that's going over, I think, like the meditator quiet contemplation card. And then I forget what card the right now the show respect when is coming in over. It's whatever the second card was. So if you want to go back, whatever the second card was. So just if it was about communication or something like that, just make sure your communication is respectful when you come in. There were children involved. Consider that. That consider if people were in your ear last time, and just take your time reflecting on this. I think I said everything. It's different when okay, so new career path, not hearing you. So if last time there was work involved for one or both of you, it could have been that it just wasn't the time at that time. Nobody could hear each other because you may or may not have been overwhelmed with a new career path or work or taking on other responsibilities. That could also be a situation one or both of you are in right now. So when you're coming in with communication, just make sure it's really respectful. Yeah. So soul journey, I reshuffled to get clarification on if it was a career or a love reading. So it's just to me it was a little bit of a confirmation of it being about the soul connection, but if it is the career path connection, just take what resonates and apply it. Um, but it was more confirmation about this being a soul growth and a soul journey. I was looking for more of a yes or no, but I don't think I really got that as much as I would have loved to. So soul journey. It's the bottom of the deck. Okay, so I didn't lift the cards. I think I just kind of read them out loud, I guess. Sorry, guys. I will be careful not to let this happen again. So I'm shuffling up what their overall energy is towards you at this time. Um, go backwards a little bit. Oh, yes. This gives us some more direction right here on if it's another woman, because the bottom of the deck is the snake, the other woman. Um, I don't know if I'm going to hold it up again. I'm going to get to see it. So there's definitely a third party involved. And if there's a third party involved on either side or both sides, they have an inkling or full on know who you are. So the snake. And that's the energy permeating the rest of the deck with this decision you have to make. Okay, healing heart. So your person might be in a space of healing right now and having dealt with a third party situation that they're coming out with. And just know if you're concerned about them being with somebody, they are in separation with that person right now. They are not together and they are in like this healing space, which is like exactly where Leo is, FYI. Go back, look at Leo. they're just in a grounding phase with this healing, grappling with it, which it looks like you kind of are too, because you're in hermit mode, or it's your guidance. So this partying card is going right over the healing heart card. So healing, she might be, he, she, they might be going out with friends and spending time doing some fun things. And so we have the runner, and that is going over separation. So if this went to separation last time, because one or both of you ran, or, okay, so then clock is the last one, and then that's going over. Well, there you go. There's the bottom of the deck. That's the grounding energy permeating the entire deck. So third party situation. Your person's kind of you and them both. There's a possibility that you're recovering from a third party situation and they're going through some healing at this time, spending time with friends, doing fun things. Just know if you are concerned about them being with somebody, they are not with somebody. They're definitely in separation. And the time clock also kind of gave me a shout out to how that Seven of Cups card works, where it's that F around and find out, where that card really is asking for time, but that has not been the energy of the reading. And the way that card looks is like the sand is running out in there. And I cannot remember what card it went over top of. So it went healing heart, separation, and then something. It's whatever the third card out was, that one went over. So this is going to be, what are we using? Oh, I'll show you the deck so that in case you want to go get it. I think they do still sell this deck on Etsy. Both of them, actually. So, loving messages cards were the ones we just used and went through. And then Sacred Union messages. I got that 4 or 5 years ago. So, if it's still on Etsy, how about it? Okay. So I'm trying not to lose faith is the bottom of the deck. So, that time card came out and we have the Seven of Cups. So if things have kind of drug on, they're trying not to lose faith in the possibility and the idea of this relationship coming into union. I feel like a ticking time bomb, more of this time thing. So, see, yeah, just so much more of this, like this time and trying to, keep a positive outlook that there's a possibility. I'm gonna marry your ass. Lucky you. Maybe that's what you're about. Or to get as higher level commitment. I'm planning to take action soon. And if these energies flip back and forth, take them as they resonate. I'm trying to get my shit together. And that went over the first card. Stop questioning our connection. It's so funny because it's going, yeah. I think it would go right over I'm gonna marry your ass. So stop questioning connection. And then, oh my God, I can't stop spying on you. So they can't stop spying on you. They can't wait to be with you. They do want to take this to a higher level of commitment. Stop questioning the connection. They are, you know, there's some hope still being held out, and they're trying to stay within the positive mindset, which is required for divine connections to come in. If these energies on the oracle cards and message cards are flipping around and it feels more like you saying it to them saying it to you, then take it as it resonates, because that can kind of happen. They can be full conversations sometimes, sometimes giving you introspection into yourself, and then sometimes giving you introspection into them. So there's a lot with time, and you both feeling like a ticking time bomb, and you both kind of trying to stay positive. So I grabbed the angel messages cards, and this is gonna, I enjoyed this because these aren't always nice. They tell you the truth of what's going to happen, and you get some serious confirmations here. So let me kind of get through the, okay. So first card out, heart to heart conversation. And if you want to Google that card, you can Google the card and see what the bottom of it says. But that's the bottom of the deck. So heart to heart conversation is required. And here we go. Obviously, another confirmation, right? I should never play poker, soulmate card, right? So if we had any question with the lovers card, um, with soulmate coming out prior and things like that, we're having it come out again. Playfulness, so that some fun, flirty energy coming in will really help spark this off, which Aries, y'all like having fun. So past life relationship, like boom, boom, like soulmate connection, past life relationship, right in the middle, just a fun, flirty, like conversation. I think you guys are going to be done. This is going to be in, done. It'll be, it'll be over. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Whichever me you want to listen to. So just that heart to heart communication, just don't forget earlier, one of the truth cards said to be respectful and just realize like everybody has a lot going on. And I think both people in this situation might have a lot going on, especially you both being fire signs. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so I am legit excited because I just did Leo and it was full on the same reading, different cards, different decks, and then here we are. So, oh, the flower therapy. If you guys like those cards last week, just put in the comments that you want them again, and I will do them again. I'm not gonna do them today. I forgot to say that on the Leo one, but I like doing them. I just didn't know if you guys like doing them. So if you like the flower therapy, we will add that. And of course, I will keep your the miracle cards to give you that single piece of advice to carry with you the rest of the week. Okay, so we have releasing anger. So here's more of that respectful stuff. So Aries, like your temper, I don't know what is coming in about all of this stuff. So if you're a little upset with your divine counterpart, just, slow it down and roll it back. And I do some coaching right now. So here's what it is. Like I get into these emotional states, especially since my North Node is in justice. So if I think anything's not right, fair, or just, or somebody's lying to me, or they're stealing, or something like that, I can really get upset. And so you have to kind of walk yourself backwards through why. And if you need to, and you want to read that, just pause it or screenshot it. Just walk yourself back through why you're angry. Like, well, I'm angry. Okay, great. Why are you angry? Well, they accused me of lying, and I would never lie or say that about that person. Okay, so I do a better job of coaching. So you're angry. So you got to walk it back and ask yourself why you're angry. Well, I'm angry because they said this about me. Well, why does it, why does what they said bother you? Well, because I would never say something like that, and I respect them, and I don't want them to look at me like that or think, it makes me feel like they don't even know me if they would think that I would say or do anything like that. So that's where you start, right there. So if you have to write this out to like get it mentally in perspective before you say it, that's a good call. So, hey, it really hurt me when you said that because I love you or have so much respect for you or you're my partner, whatever. Um, I would, it makes me feel like we're not on the same page or we don't know each other if you think I would say something like that or do something like that. And I've got some big, big feelings right now, you know. So coming from the logical space that you are already in and you were showing up in as a King of Swords in your reading, just go with that. And if you can add a little love to it, go for it. If your counterpart is a Leo, they straight up got the same advice. So stay in their loving energy and do all communication with love. So that is what I have for your reading, Aries. If you enjoyed this reading, please help the algorithm and YouTube with your likes, shares, and subscribes. That's how they know what to do and to send you more Aries readings. In addition, this wonderful message will get out to other Aries if you like, share, and subscribe. And also, I love your comments and I love interacting with you. It gives me joy. If you would like a personal reading, grab my email that I have below in the description of this video. We will do a reading just like this. And I record it and you get to keep it forever. And that is what I have for you this week. And I think I've just concisely said everything I can possibly say. It goes a little different and faster when you know what's going to happen. But that's what I have for you this week, Aries. Have a great week. It looks like it's going to be amazing.